The US is banning the sale of communications equipment made by Chinese companies Huawei and ZTE and restricting the use of some China-made video surveillance systems, citing an unacceptable risk to national security.
Here's a summary of the article.
Washington. The U.S. is banning the sale of communications equipment made by Chinese companies Huawei and ZTE and restricting the use of some China-made video surveillance systems, citing an unacceptable risk to national security. The five-member Federal Communications Commission said Friday it has voted unanimously to adopt new rules that will block the importation or sale of certain technology products that pose security risks to U.S. critical infrastructure. The FCC is committed to protecting our national security by ensuring that untrustworthy communications equipment is not authorized for use within our borders, and we are continuing that work here, said FCC Chairwoman Jessica Rosenworcel, a Democrat, in a prepared statement. Along with Huawei and ZTE, the order affects products made by companies such as Hikvision and Dahua, makers of widely used video surveillance cameras. The FCC's order applies to future authorization of equipment, though the agency leaves open the possibility it could revoke previous authorization. Our unanimous decision represents the first time in FCC history that we have voted to prohibit the authorization of new equipment based on national security concerns, tweeted Brendan Carr, a Republican FCC commissioner. Carr added that as a result of our order, no new Huawei or ZTE equipment can be approved. And no new Dahua, Hikvision, or Hytera gear can be approved unless they assure the FCC that their gear won't be used for public safety, security of government facilities, and other national security purposes.
This post received a score of 6,700, with an upvote ratio of 97%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Only a decade late.
Huawei and ZTE were banned from being purchased, at least by the U.S. government, back in 2018. Private citizens could still buy their equipment though if they wanted to. This is a full ban on all imports of their equipment to the U.S. as a whole, irregardless of the end user.
Greater than this is a full ban on all imports of their equipment to the U.S. as a whole. No, it's not. It's a ban on any FCC approvals for new products. Existing approved products can still be imported and sold.
In which case it reaches a bit farther than just products intended for the US. Technically, even foreign market products need FCC approval to be used in the US, which is why you often see FCC approvals being issued for devices that never hit US store shelves. This basically means that you technically can't use any new Huawei or ZTE devices in the US going forward, no matter where it was made for.
Tell that to my Baofeng radio.
The article is short on details. This is a better one. Important details. It only affects approvals for new products. The FCC is not revoking authorization for existing products. The list of product types this applies to is here, by the way.
Thank you. I wanted a specific list. It's pretty easy to plug in cheap Chinese CCTV cameras to a NAS or something for home projects and stuff. Notably, as shown in both the article and list, brands like Hikvision are only advised against for public safety and critical infrastructure, which makes me think it's less, there's a back door, and more like someone could take advantage of inner knowledge of the devices and cause other problems, or something. Good to know.
Hikvision is bad. Do not buy them. Do not put them on your network unless you really know what you're doing.
Right, so the key security aspect is this vulnerability. I should be safe, as I've cordoned off mine from the internet, but that's good to know, thank you. We'll move off them in the future.
Why does TikTok get a pass? That actually does exactly what the concern is about the telecom gear.
The Biden administration is actually thinking about banning it. There has been talk these past few weeks.
Talk is cheap.
It's not just them. Republicans are calling it and the FC is asking them to ban it. Hopefully soon it will.
It's true. For the sake of national security, we need to ban as many Chinese spying apps as possible. Probably should start banning websites too. We need to build a firewall to protect ourselves from China. A great firewall, if you will. American companies already built the original Great Firewall, so they have experience.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.